Hi, I'm Daniela. I'm from Chile. I'm a first year PhD student in the Integrative Genetics and Genomics PhD program.
Hello everyone, my name is Hung Tran and I came from Vietnam. I'm studying electrical engineering at UC Davis in ECE department and I'm currently in a PhD program.
I am Romin Pretel. I am Peruvian. I am in the civil engineering department, in the geotechnical group, more specifically, and I am doing a master here. I am very happy to be here.
Hi, my name is Yuan. I come from China and this is my second academic year. I'm majoring in computer science. I'm a master's student.
I wanted to learn some things that I didn't have the chance to learn before because I didn't have formal training in English. I learned by myself mostly before coming here, so this was a great opportunity for me.
So I was already here like for 6 months, and I noticed I wasn't improving as much as I could like to, in my English skills, especially the speaking part, which is like the hardest one for me. Okay, why not give it a try,
The first reason is to succeed in the TOEFL, but the second reason is that I was very curious about what the program can provide us. So I was very curious about the ITA workshop and the experience, like working one by one with a native speaker coach. So,
Of course, I want to improve my English, and I know that many people think when we are in America in the English environment, our English can improve naturally, but actually it's not the truth. And if we don't take effort to study the language on purpose, it's hard to make a significant improvement.
So the goals we set were shows based on my needs. So it's mostly speaking related goals like pronunciation, intonation, and also if I have a presentation to give or to do in a class, we could also go through the slides and make sure like I know how to pronounce the words and make sure the intonation is right, and that's basically, those were the goals.
I know my shortcoming is tense, so I just said that I want to master the skills of the tense.
very first sections we sat down and the coach told me to introduce myself to her and talk with her a little bit, and then after that she gave me a sample paragraph and then I went through it. I read it and she note down the weakness in my English in general, but also she note down the details, which words that I say incorrectly, and then after that she and me make a plan which part I need to improve.
Our goals were to improve some pronunciation of some sounds, for example B and V and J and Y sound, and I wanted also to improve rhythm, pace of speaking. So she helped me with accents and emphasizing some things in the sentence.
She's very dedicated and she's very patient with my English. She document everything like very carefully and gave me a lot of helpful resources. For example, she gave me a lot of notes about how to put the correct stress on the word and how to pronounce difficult words, something like that.
Every session we start by just talking as friends, and then they start telling me, this word wasn't that clear, so you need to say it this way. The other thing that they do a lot is just have me speaking, and then they could point out some words or some parts that I didn't say quite correct. They are also very attentive. Like if I ask, could we please focus on this part a little bit more? I don't know how to say these expressions. I guess sometimes you have to emphasize some words, like when you're asking a question. So they are very patient with me and they help me do it right.
Well, the most helpful thing for me was to just simply talk about things that we were doing that week. And while I was speaking, my coach was correcting me some sounds, so I learned how to pronounce things in context, so that was very helpful. And also we have several exercises to do every class, like reading some things or analyzing some diagrams or some concepts, and that was also very helpful.
I'm grateful to study with them because it's very, very good to feel like there are some people they're there and they're willing to help you no matter what kind of questions you have.
They don't make me feel uncomfortable because I am speaking and of course making errors and I am repeating words over and over, but I feel really comfortable. I feel like they understand that it's not easy for me, so I don't feel bad about it. I feel like they want me to improve, and that's very nice.
My coach is an undergrad, so we're in different moments in life. So we had a lot of conversation about her life as in studying wildlife studies and my life starting a PhD, and it was really interesting. I like it, and she also helped me a lot with idioms and slang that undergrads are using. So that could be very helpful for me when I'm doing TA.
She's very friendly, and especially she's very patient and dedicated.
So what I really like about this program is that it's very personalized. So I had particular needs that I wanted to improve, and these programs allowed me to work those particular needs.
First, I like that this is very flexible because I am studying and TAing and trying to do some research. So sometimes I don't have time. I have an exam, a midterm or something. I can just make sure you are aware of this, and I can get in contact with my coach and set up another time. So they are flexible. I like that. The second thing that I would say is that we can focus on whatever I need. If I have a presentation to do, we can practice that. If I have a poster presentation some other day, we can practice the words that I need to say, and we can make sure that I will do it as good as possible.
The first very useful thing for me is that I have formed a habit to slow down my speed. So normally when international students come here, they tend to speak quickly. I was aware of we need to slow down and we need to polish the word, we need to polish the pronunciation and put the right stress on the sentences. We can speed up later.
I had some trouble with some sounds that are not present in my native tongue. So, for example, B and V, I didn't know the difference before. So, and it's very difficult to understand the difference if you don't have the knowledge previously, right? So that was very helpful for me, and things that you don't learn in a classical setting. So, like the cultural aspect of the language.
If I need to specify what kind of skills I improve, I think one is the pronunciation, one is the tense.
I am still working on it, but I feel like my speaking is better. Some words that I used to struggle a lot, I guess I feel like I am improving. My pronunciation, people is struggling less when talk to me, and that's basically what I've been focused on.
For those students, they want to improve their English, I encourage them to register for this program. And specifically, I think it's more important for TA to participate in this program because it's important for us to communicate with students. We need to teach them what we know. It will be more efficient. Our language is better.
I would recommend coaching to everybody that think that this can be somehow helpful. I think this is not about changing your accent or the way that you speak to sound different. No, it's not about that. It's just about helping you to express yourself better in the any way that you want to.